We're about to take you on board the Princess X80. This is a boat we have seen before, and we're going to try and summarise what is a very sophisticated yacht. We're talking about 5 cabins, a main deck and an upper deck lounge. You'll hit 30 knots, powered by 1900 horsepower engines. Retail price of around 5.9 million euros ex VAT. Let's get you on board. I'm Carl Richardson and you're watching YachtBuyer. So I can't think of a better place to start this tour with you than here on the main aft deck of the Princess X80, and that is because one of the real highlights of this boat is the way that the interior and the deck areas work together over 2 levels. Take you inside and show you exactly what I mean. So I'm standing in the main deck galley area of the Princess X80. Now you can have this boat in a 4 or 5 cabin format. This is the 5 cabin boat, and that means we've got a main deck owner's cabin forward with private access onto the foredeck. It's a great feature, but this is a good feature too. So we have this open galley area onto the lounge with bar stools here. Princess do this really well. We've seen it on a few different models such as the Y72, but I don't think it's worked better than on this X80. Now it is a crewed yacht, so this section here of the galley will raise up, so you can enclose this and put it into crew mode if you like, but I love it in this open mode, the way it connects the lounge, this bar area, the galley. It just feels like a great family area. But the best thing about this has got to be that 5 cabin layout. You can have 4 cabins with a country kitchen forward, separate dining area. I think almost all of the X80 boats that have been sold and ordered, which is a lot, have gone with this 5 cabin layout, and if you look at that forward main deck owner's cabin, you're going to see why. So this is a 5 cabin boat. We just looked on the main deck owner's stateroom, but really what this is a 5 cabin and 2 stateroom boat, and where you choose as the owner to stay, we very much left to you. The main deck cabin obviously has its benefits with that amazing private access to the foredeck, but this is arguably the best cabin. It's full beam midships cabin, walk-in wardrobe to the port side, large ensuite just behind aft of the cabin here, but it's the detail, the space finish, these huge hull side windows, low level, very relaxed sofa, and this big sweep of desk here, loaded with stowage, nice dressing area, somewhere to keep. This feels like the owner's cabin, but the spectacle is obviously on the main deck. However, we've got this stateroom. We then have 3 more guest cabins. We have a forward VIP and 2 guest cabins to port and starboard. They're all ensuite. 5 ensuite cabins 80-foot boat. Pretty impressive. But what also impresses is the level of finish, the level of detail, the level of design. As you move forward on this boat, we have this beautiful lobby area here with these grooved cabinetry panels which are echoed in this cabin. Actually, there is a real sophisticated, grown-up and quite yachty feel to the boat as you move through. There are lots of different finishes you can have on this boat. This particular finish, we've seen a few different X80s. I would say this is the best finished X80 I've seen so far. They've all been good. This just happens to be the best one, and I think it's the mix of materials that really helps. And as you move forward into those cabins, you're going to see exactly the same level of detail and quality in each and every cabin. So we're now on the upper deck of the Princess X80, and this place, just like that main deck owner's cabin, really reflects the inside-outside design and sort of lifestyle of this boat. We've got the helm right forward, we'll come to that in a second. We have this upper lounge. So we have the main deck salon, also got the upper salon, we've got these skylights above, it's beautifully lit, more storage and a pop-up television under here. But it's really how this lounge area flows through onto the aft deck. That's the real key here. And with this overhang going out over the aft deck, you're still protected, you still feel private and within the boat, but look, you've still got open sky at the very aft end, but it's just this entire flow from the inside to the outside that really impresses. And probably the largest teak dining table I've ever seen, with this wrap of seating all the way around it. So more dining space, more lounge space, huge wet bar and grill to service everything up here. It's a really, really impressive space, and very few boats of this size give you this enclosed, with these doors, this upper deck lounge, and that's a real key. 2 lounges, 5 cabins, lots of flow between inside to out. It's a really clever, hard-working design. So we're now in the sort of pilot house area of the Princess X80. Now this area can be closed off. There are wooden doors that pull across here, but we've got it in the open guide moment, and most of the time when you're out cruising on the water, this is how you're going to have it. But for night passages or when you're going underway for a longer journey, you may decide to enclose this off. Fairly straightforward. But let's deal with the Helm Station itself. We have 5 screens running across here as an option. You can have all of your navigation, all of the yacht systems, everything is at fingertip control. It's a really well laid out dash. I really like the fact they've got all these vents here as well. The visibility forward is excellent. You are looking over that foredeck area, but standing here, I can see the bow from where I am. And if I'm sitting up on this fully adjustable central helm seat, the view's actually even better forward past those twin wipers. This seat is worth a moment just to look at. Really great foot pad. It's fully adjustable, up, down, forward and back, adjustable wheel. So regardless of who's going to be driving the boat, they're going to have a great driving position. Now, this boat's fitted with the 1900 horsepower. The engines run from 1650, I believe, up to 1900 horsepower V12 MAN engines. With those 1900 horsepower engines, you're looking at a top speed of just above 30 knots. Given everything we've seen with this boat, the amount of space you've got, the amount of cabins, the amount of volume, and the luxury, the fact that this boat is also hitting 30 knots is frankly incredible. But I think this boat will just as comfortably, with its stabilizer system and what have you, cruise along at 10 to 12 knots and be a very, very comfortable cruising yacht. A couple of other points. Now, we looked at the upper deck lounge slightly earlier. We do have a foredeck lounge here as well, and that is accessed via this side door over here. So side deck access, we don't have full walk-through access along each side. So that is your foredeck access, or raised foredeck access through that door there. But what it means is that the crew, the guests, there is a very easy flow all the way around. But stood here at the helm, this is a very, very impressive helm, and I think it reflects what will be a very impressive cruising machine. Okay, so we just come through the crew quarters there with the transom access, 2 berths in there, plus the little ensuite. We've come through now into the engine bay. There is deck access here, that's what this ladder's for. So you can come down through the aft deck or through the transom, and that transom access through the crew quarters feels like the usual way you'd come in here. And it is a great bay, lots of space around there. We have the twin MAN V12 1900 horsepower engines on this boat. It runs from 1550 horsepower up to 1900 horsepower. I think most people are going to go with these 1900s simply because it's giving you that 30 knot punch. We've got space, really good space actually, between the engines and around the engines. Nothing outboard of the engines because we've got our fuel tanks to each side, but there is space for a generator, we've got space for a water maker, we've got the Onan generator sitting just here, we've got the hydraulic system, and everything's accessible. We've got really great headroom, really great lighting and really great ventilation. I've said this before, but these big diesel engines, they like to have air, and this is a big spacious engine bay, and one that's very well engineered, very well laid out, and I think will be very straightforward to work on for your sort of usual daily and weekly service points. Good bay, good access. So that was the Princess X80. There was an awful lot to look at, and I hope we did it justice. More importantly, I hope you liked it. If you did, please like us. If you'd like to see more of what we're doing, tap here, and please do subscribe us by tapping here. I'm Richardson. You've been watching YachtBuyer.